It's prelim times for NRL. The Storm take on the Roosters down at Amy Park, where the Storm have an amazing record. They've lost only 3 games in 2 years at Amy Park. So we're going to expect them to wrap this one up against the Roosters. They'll win. My best bet is a 13 plus margin of victory for the Storm over the Roosters. I've got a try scorer as well. I think Xavier Coates is going to cross the line. I've got some numbers there. And I think the game total is going to stay under. So just before we get going, if you like this type of content, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, please press subscribe down here. It helps us out a lot and it tells us that we're doing good stuff. Have a comment as well. So Melbourne up against Sydney. Melbourne have a fantastic record against the Roosters. They've won 11 of the last 14 games. If you're going back to 2019, they just have a really dominant record. They've played in 2 finals matches during that period. It's 1-1 in the finals, but the Storm have won the most recent finals matchup. They've won the last 5 games in a row. They just have all the momentum coming into this game. Both these teams are defensive juggernauts. So top 5 for defense this season. The Storm were at 2nd and the Roosters at 5th. Now, I think there is a bit of a difference here though. So if you look at how these teams have matched up against top opponents this season, it is the Storm that have been much more successful. The Roosters have only won 4 games out of 12 against top 8 opponents, and they got bounced by the Storm twice this season, so in the regular season. So not a lot of great things for the Roosters coming to this one. In the 8 losses that the Roosters have had against top 8 opponents, they've averaged only 16.5 points in those games. So they have led the league in scoring this season, but against the top 8 opponents, they've been really bad at scoring, especially in their losses. So that's why I think the total is going to go under, because it's going to be a defensive game. They're going to really lock down on each other. They won't want to give an inch anywhere. And if Melbourne win, as I think they will do, the narrative goes the Roosters will score very few points. Now, let's look at this try scoring thing again, Kate. Xavier Coates has scored 8 tries in his last 4 games against the Roosters. And the Roosters concede 46% of their tries down the right side, which is where opposite Xavier Coates. There's 3 bets there for you, right? So Melbourne, 13 plus. They have won 4 of 7 finals by 13 plus since beginning of 2019. Game total, 2 go under. It is the trend. And then Xavier Coates has great momentum in try scoring against the Roosters. Best 3 bets out of game 1 of this NRL prelim weekend. Enjoy yourselves, gamble responsibly, and enjoy your footy.